So,
Oh wow, you put some makeup on. You look pretty.
thank you.
Just like the paintings up above. Okay.
It's not me. People keep asking. It's not me. It's a TikToker I used to follow.
Yeah, it has the same expression somehow. It looks like you. She looks like you, like the portrait.
She doesn't look like me in real life. Just
Yeah,
that photo.
Just that
I don't
photo.
know.
Maybe you see yourself in her in that photo.
I don't know. Okay, let's get into the video.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay. So we want to announce to everyone that officially we're not a couple any longer. We're together in the same house for now, but we're not a couple. So in that sense, there was a breakup. Should I give some background? As many of you know, you guys have been following us for many, many years now, and there's been a lot of up and downs, which culminated in a way last year, or a year and a half, I believe. When you posted that video, things are organically going to an end.
Our romantic relationship has reached its natural ending.
Ever since, we tried actually to see if we could put this back on track, but we gave ourselves like a year and a half, and then we reached the conclusion that the time has come. Basically, that we need to explore new ways, a new life, and different dynamics, basically, because this dynamic has expired now.
Look, we gave it our best shot, okay? We really did. Like you said, in the last year and a half, almost 2 years at this point, actually, we've been trying to, get the fire going again, get things back on track. So it wasn't for a lack of trying,
Mm-hmm.
We really wanted to make this work. But we always used to say, like, you can't separate what God puts together. I feel like...
But you can keep together what God is separating.
Exactly. And it feels like it's been happening so organically for us, like so incrementally, so slowly, that it doesn't even feel like a breakup. It just feels like calling it what it's become.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, if we call each other roommates at this point, or friends, that's literally what we've become. But it took more than a year and a half. It took maybe since like 2020, maybe 2021, like around that point, it's been going towards this progression.
We came together for a reason, and we spent all these years for a reason. Like, there was an exchange of energies, an exchange of different perspectives, and we benefited a lot from each other in many ways. And now there's nothing more, to exchange. After all, individually speaking, we are onto this, ever since we're born, we're onto this journey of self-discovery. There is always a conflict, always something where the individual is trying to grasp this sense of self. Regardless from the background of each individual, which families they grew up in, it doesn't matter. Like, there is a constant, search for the self. You meet people that are giving you certain information about it, and then you need new people in your life, to, or not, whatever, the journey goes, basically. Does it make sense?
I always felt like people are born with a pretty strong sense of self. They're just distracted away from it, or taught away from it. Maybe you become a people pleaser, you have to abandon yourself and this and that.
Yeah.
But I think internally we have a strong sense of self. It's just like whether or not we're willing to admit it to ourselves or to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if that sense of self got us a lot of hatred growing up, got us a lot of conflict, like maybe we might want to suppress that or not bring it up. Or if the people around us are not very receptive towards that energy of who we really are, like, we tendentially push it into the unconscious.
Yes.
But I think the one thing you can't kill is desire. And I think each desire that we have is directly connected to who we really are wanting to play out in this reality.
Let's talk about how I'm perceiving this breakup and how you're perceiving it, because it's different perspectives at this point. Also, because there are two things that are prevailing. Like, one is what you want in life, from the future, and what you don't want from the future self. For me, what's predominant is what I don't want. So I'm in a state now that I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I just, it's just the way I feel right now. When I was younger, let's say, I was thinking already about what I wanted. I wanted a new relationship with somebody, and I was picturing how this relationship was going to be. I knew I wanted a companion, and it was such a strong desire. So there was a want there, right? And I manifested that, of course. Now I look back and I don't feel like being in that space anymore for now. Of course, I cannot speak about what I'm going to feel in the future, but I know that the difference is that I don't want a relationship. I really want to challenge myself with being with myself, basically, for the time being. So, and I'm excited about it in a way. Some people might think, oh, you're jaded, maybe you... No, it's not about being jaded. It's just a different experience. And I feel like this relationship gave me that strength, to finally challenge what I've always feared, which was loneliness, basically. Yeah, so what about you? What is it that you want?
Something that was severely lacking in this relationship is something that I realized I really want in my life in general. I guess I can say what it is.
Yeah, it's the physicality.
It's the physical, yeah. And that has been lacking more and more and more to the point where...
But can I say something? Because people might think the reason why it was lacking is because there was an incompatibility, let's say that.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
There was an incompatibility.
Yeah.
Not because...
And it's nobody's fault, right?
Yes,
it's just,
exactly.
It is what it is, but... I thought I could work around that. I thought I could compromise without that. But if I'm being honest with myself, I really don't want to. I mean, there's like very few joys in life that I have, I'm a Taurus. Like, I'm a very grounded spirit. I enjoy food and I enjoy other physical things. So I really didn't want the next 10 years of my life to look like the previous 10 years of my life. And I think that was where it became so solidified within me, like this desire for something different, somebody different.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a soft transition, like we said, ever since like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I think it had to run its course because we've been together for
10 years.
Yeah. I mean, we've known each other for 10 years. We've been romantically involved for 8 years.
Yeah.
So 8 years is a long ass freaking time.
Yeah.
I think we needed that time just to untangle like all of our tentacles from each other because we were so
entangled.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what happens when you're with somebody for that long. It really takes time.
Yes.
But it happened kind of organically. Like, we didn't have to put any conscious effort into it. We didn't have to break up. That's the crazy part. Like, we didn't have to break up for the breakup process to happen. And I think another difference between us, though, is that I grieved this way before you did.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I felt the grief of the connection ending way before.
Yeah.
And I think it's just hitting you more so now.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So when you pulled the energy back completely, I felt that, oh my God, something is dying for real. So I went through my grieving process of something as that, accepting it at the same time because I knew, but it got real for me. And, I just grieved about the ending. I grieved on the ending of this relationship. But I'm doing fine now, I must say. Like, it really works for everybody out there, by the way, to really stay with your emotions. Do not escape them. Like, do not try to distract yourself. When a relationship is ending, whether it's, wanted or not, and you feel those emotions, strong emotions coming up, just stay with them. And it's going to pass soon. It's almost like when you have a cold, and you take everything to suppress all the symptoms, and then the cold gets longer and longer. So it has to, just respect, the course of it.
Yeah, grief comes in waves.
Yeah.
And whether it's a person dying or a relationship dying, like, it's going to come in waves.
Yeah.
You have to ride through them.
Yeah.
I mean, I had some waves as well. When you said I pulled back, it was not me pulling back. It was me officially giving up. That's what you felt.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I officially stopped putting energy forward into this.
Yes.
And that was like,
yeah,
I give up.
And it was very tangible. When Sadie pulls her energy, you're gonna feel it.
I have a big energy. What can I say?
You do. Absolutely, you do. Yes.
I take up space.
But then, when you know that this is the right thing, there is a sense of relief coming. But if you go really deep with that emotions, it just dissolves. Of course, there are moments, that you go back and you try to overthink everything, but then it's useless, like totally useless. Like you just need to move on, and I'm looking forward to moving on.
Yeah, me too. I think a lot of people saw this coming. I don't think you guys are particularly going to be surprised by this video.
Yeah, please don't try to write comments, like negative comments, or say bad things about Sadie or about me. Just we feel for you, because you are guys,
You guys are like the kids in the divorce.
Yeah, it's like you get attached to the characters of the TV series, and then the TV series finishes, and it's the last season. Like when it was the last season for Friends, it was terrible. It's the saddest thing ever. And then you keep on watching and watching. You can watch this since we are recording. We recorded this past 9 years of our life. Like maybe you can go back and see the progression.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
And that's something I want to say. I'm not going to delete any of these videos. I'm not going to delete this channel. Don't have to worry about that just because this ended. That belongs to the internet. It was a moment in our lives. I don't regret any of it. That's something I want to say.
Me too.
I have full appreciation for what we went through together.
Yeah.
And it was so needed. Like it came in the right time. It was so needed.
Yeah.
And I'm so appreciative of that.
Yeah.
But
me too.
Now it's kind of done.
Yeah.
We're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
And that's okay too.
Yeah.
I think for a long time, I was really afraid of this coming to an end. And I was pushing away those desires that I was having, those feelings I was having.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized you can't do that without actively, like, destroying your own spirit. Yeah. And getting very depressed.
If you have any questions, we're going to answer them in the comments.
Maybe we can do a Q&A or something, right?
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Do that. Okay. So we'll do a Q&A.
Okay.
Leave all of your questions in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll give you guys like a week to, post all your questions.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a Q&A.
Yeah.
Our last Q&A together.
Yeah.
And in terms of the future of this channel, I don't know. I mean, we can still make Dear Sadie and P videos as friends if you feel like it, because we have a couple of letters we have to go through.
Okay, we'll do that.
But besides that, things are eventually going to change, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, stay cool, and see you next time. Bye.